Russia, in the very nice city of Kazan. I graduated from the SEPT program in 2011.
Yeah. I come from Egypt basically. I have studied in Germany already, so I have a PhD in computer engineering.
Okay.
So I'm a master's student in the SEPT program, beside my basic bachelor in biomedical engineering and master in biomedical engineering. And maybe this is, I hope that it was not too late to start the MBA program.
Flores, I come from El Salvador. And now I'm doing my PhD on knowledge-intensive business services and innovation. And I also studied the MBA with SEPT, and I graduated in 2011.
This is Richard. He's currently studying a PhD with the Leipzig SEPT program.
My name is Xiu Huazhen. I was in the intake 2000 to 2002 in SEPT, and I'm very glad to have the opportunity to come back again to see a lot of old friends, also new faces.
Reunions.
Like you guys here. So it's really very nice to see that in the past 20 years, SEPT has developed itself from a more German-based program to a more international one. So I realized that nowadays you offer the courses in English and you're more kind of international, very competitive MBA. So I'm very glad about that.
Yeah.
MBA student in Leipzig since October. That's my connection with the SEPT program.
Okay, and what was your experience prior to?
In terms of my academic training, I'm an environmental technologist or a process engineer, and I've worked a lot in the environmental sector in South Africa. And I always wanted to get a better understanding of the business, of the field of business, and that's why I chose an MBA.
So just briefly to SEPT program, you graduated here, and so now seeing that you've been away for a year, what exactly is your opinion or overall impression of SEPT as a program?
I'm sure that this is the best program in the world, and especially why we had so many practical experience here, because in our universities, usually in our countries, we have only theoretical background, so we know theory very good. But here, they give us very good practical advices in different fields, marketing, finance, innovation. The good thing that now I can really apply them in my country, because I can transfer my knowledge to the young people in different fields. So that's
The program has been quite helpful to me. I used to work as well as a volunteer in a non-governmental organization with entrepreneurship was promoted, and I've learned quite very valuable tools, and especially in the innovation area as well.
Yeah,
and
hence the PhD.
Exactly, that's why the PhD. And
so
that's why I keep. That's actually the reason why I keep with SEP and keep studying the PhD. It is a very good program. So
that's great. Please tell us a little bit about what you expect from the symposium.
Yeah, actually what I first to say is it's already interesting for me. My expectations are that with an influx of all these people who old guys and new guys put together, it will be a place or a situation where we learn from each other, from the fact that people from different backgrounds now working in different businesses. It brings a rich environment where we can learn from each other.
I think maybe as a SEPT or an MBA student, I wanted to have an idea what the SEPT alumni are doing, and maybe use it as a chance to network and get to know people who have graduated and finished before and get their perspectives actually of the MBA. But I see that the theme of the symposium focuses a lot on sustainability. I've worked a lot on the sort of technology and scientific side, so it's also good to be here, but more from a business or economic perspective. So for me, it's actually very interesting.
Great. Well, thank you very much. And what are you currently doing at the moment, having graduated?
Sure. I'm from China. Currently, I'm living in Beijing. I'm working for no longer a small, mini-sized enterprise. I used to work in a kind of non-governmental organization, but it's semi-governmental. I would say it's the German Institute for International Cooperation.
Yeah.
The GIZ. I think it should be very familiar with you. And then right now, currently, I'm working for Audi in China in the strategy department.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Big change.
It is.
So now you've just mentioned, you were saying that SEPT program has developed and has now become more international. Do you have anything to add to what your thoughts on the SEPT program as a whole?
Well, I will be very curious how SEPT will go further, because in the past we are very focused. Our topic is very much to do how to support the development of small and medium-sized enterprise. At that time, I think it was also a very actual and challenging action, because for many of the economics, that's really a big issue. We don't really have a lot of policy focus on that. I think the SEPT program really developed a lot of students and academics to work on these topics, and then also to promote this issue in their country further. I think this is definitely a very big contribution to the program. Meanwhile, of course, we need to see it in a more progressive way. So what can we do better? What is going to be in the future? So that is the MBA. How we really integrate it to a kind of international standard, so that the students coming to SEPT in the future, they are going to have a better possibility.
Upon completing this program.
That's right. So if you are, I would rather like to see that in the future, SEPT could also be comparative to other, MBA programs around the world.
That's a very, just to measure their competitiveness internationally, I think that's a very good suggestion.
Let's keep the vision.